Hello again, everybody. This is Mr. Everything, and I am coming at you with another Wargaming and Miniature video. But I am super excited to start a whole new chapter in my Wargaming. I am going to start an SPQR project. I'm going to start making war bands, building and painting them for SPQR. But that is only based on what I've been able to see online and from other projects. What I wanted to do for you today is actually open this box, and I'm doing it for myself as well because this is my first SPQR box set. I'm going to open it up, we're going to review it, we're going to take a look at what's inside this box, and then in the near future I'll do a review of the rules and maybe a boot camp. And I'll start getting some individual Romans painted and stuff like that. So this is the Clash of Heroes starter set. So let me go ahead and take a look at the box. First of all, it's shrink wrapped. Let me just go ahead and get this plastic off of this, and then we'll take a look at the box. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at it. It is the Clash of Heroes, which I do believe is Romans and Celts. Basic, same thing on this side, same thing on this side, same thing on that side, same thing on this side. That was a lot of real estate on the box that they wasted. They could have put images on there, or expansions or something. They didn't do. This is the back of the box. Okay, so my understanding, without opening this, is you're going to get, like I said, the Romans, you're going to get the Celts, and you get a lot of cool Celts. There's some dice, big deal. We already have a million dice. We all have dice. Some cards, which you don't need, but they're cool to have. Decals for these guys, because you just, and the Romans have some decals for their shields as well, and a couple of heroes. And it tells you what you get in the box. You get the full color rulebook, the 8 legionnaires with gladius, 8 legionnaires with pilums, a Roman hero. You get 40 Gaul warriors with command, 12 Gaul tribesmen archers, and 1 Gaul chieftain. 5 hero and unit cards, water slides, and 12 dice. Nice. All right, let's flip this thing back over and dig into it. Now, before we dig into it, Warlord has come up with this new type of resin. It's kind of a mixture of PVC, plastic, resin. I don't know the formula. I don't want to know the formula. It's like a soft, flexible resin, and they're moving away from their white metal castings toward this resin casting. So it'll make those hero models and those really detailed metal models cheaper because they're going to be using this resin, and it might also improve their production speed. It'll improve like shipping weights. It might change a whole lot of things when it comes to the hobby. Plus your army will be a lot lighter. Okay, so let's take a look. Okay, it comes off pretty cool. There's nothing on the inside. I'm going to put this box lid off to the side, out of the way. Rulebook. Whoa, that's a sizable rulebook. I was not expecting that thick of a rulebook, but we'll take a look at that in just a minute. What I'd like to do now is take a look at the sides. Okay, this could have been put on the outside box because this is kind of wasted. Scutari, Cetrati. I just sold a bunch of those on eBay. Numidian cavalry, Sarmatians, Dacians. The sky-clad berserkers, we got Vercingetorix. Persian King Darius on chariot with his, no, this is not his, Theban sacred band. Ooh, those guys look cool. Oh man, I want those. Okay, and then of course you got Pulo and Verenius from the HBO series Rome, but they're also, from my understanding, they were also actually like in the 9th Legion in real life. Julius Caesar, Macedonian, Hittori cavalry, Roman cavalry. All right, so we got a bunch of stuff. Okay, let me reorganize this just a little bit here. Okay, this is a huge, gigantic, this is heavy. Damn, that's a heavy book. This is almost a 200-page rulebook. I think it's 198 when it comes to pages. You can see just how thick of a rulebook that is. That's 3/4 of an inch, maybe half an inch. Okay, feels good, smells good. Let's take a real quick gander. Okay, that's too fast. No, but seriously. Starting from the back, working our way forward. Rules references. Okay, cool. Thracians, mercenaries, Parthians, Numidians, Thessalians. Oh, nice. Cretians, Gestatos, Greek hoplite, Balearic slingers. Okay, now I'm looking up here in the tab, and I see where it says Thebes. City-state mercenaries, Thebes. And these are the different units that you can get for Thebes. Hoplite, Sacred Band, Heroes, and all that stuff. Oh, nice, a map. It kind of shows you where everything is in that area. Thebes, Athens, Sparta, Thessaly. Nice. That's cool. Sparta is another one. Spartan war bands. Move the map on you a little bit so you can see where it's at. Persia. Okay. Got some Persians going on. That's good because Macedonian and Persians, and that kind of shows you the Asian Empire. Macedonia. Nice, because you got to fight the Persians, right? Just finished painting one of those on my stream, on my channel. You might want to check that out. Looks like the Royal Guard. Siloi, Peltasts. Royal Guard hero. Is the Royal Guard the... Yes, it is. Also known as the Hypaspists. Nice. That's kind of like one of my favorite units of all time. Salt the Earth. Okay, what are we looking at? Rome, Imperial Rome, Iberia. What the heck? There's a trireme. Where's that a bireme? Can't tell. Iberia. That's Spain, right? Yeah, Citrati. Man, and I just got rid of some of them. Should have kept on to them. Yep, look at that. That looks like Spain. Okay, Germania. Wonder where that is. It's where... Dude, put some pants on. This is where you... the Teutoburg Forest, or this is where Julius Caesar really got his name at. Cut his teeth. There's Germania. Beautiful, beautiful maps. And scenario specific for the nations, but you can also, my understanding is you can play the scenario with any nation. It's just that they have more flavor with the nation that you're that it's under. Okay, we got Gaul, okay, which is early French, or you know where Asterix and Obelix and yeah, where you can have the like magic potion. Okay, so I don't know if you've seen the Asterix and Obelix cartoons, but they're super funny. I loved them. Okay, and this is like Gaul. Nice map of the Gallic states. Dacia and Sarmatia. Okay, I'm not super familiar with Dacia and Sarmatians. I might have to do a little more research on these guys. I thought they were a little bit more modern. Okay, if that is Germania, German Sarmatia, Dacia would be like Hungary. Sarmatia is almost like Poland, maybe? Or, yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look it up on a map. Okay. And then there's Caesar's legions. Wait, what was this? That was... Oh, that was Imperial Rome. Okay, that's late Rome where they have the square type shields. Yeah. Oh, look at that. I skipped right over the map of Rome or Italy. Okay. And these guys are the Caesar's legions, which is Caesarian Romans, which I used to have a lot of. Now I just have, I don't know, 40 or so. I wonder if they gave you like Republican Rome. That would be nice. Caesar's legions. Yeah, I don't think they give you any Republican Romes and Carthage. I would really like to see that. Here's Britain. There's Athens. Athens starts with an A. Okay. If that is the army lists, that's the rules. So you're looking at 54 pages of rules. That's creating a warband. I don't consider that a rule. I consider that part of the army list. Okay, so there's really only 54 pages of rules. And that's talents. That's scenarios. That's campaigns. Heroes and minions. And then we're talking about equipment. Yeah, so you're only looking at like 25 pages or so of actual rules. Phalanx. And that's advanced rules. And that's what, another scenario? That's like a base, your first scenario is Trouble in Gaul. Advanced rules. So 13 pages of basic rules. That seems really simple to learn. Okay, so we're gonna have to do a video on what do they call those things that we're doing? Boot camps. I'm gonna have to do a boot camp on SPQR, which will explain all the rules in detail with all the errata. Okay, a lot like what I saw with Gates of Antares, there's and also the Napoleonic starter set for Black Powder. There's a cardboard cover of all the figures, and on that cardboard cover, it's the quick rules reference chart. So this is something you want to keep and use in your games. Okay. Oh, look at the color of those dice. And they're small too. I like that. I love the smaller dice. Man, okay. That was bone colored. I'm digging this. I love undead. Makes it look ancient. I've got some Roman numeral dice. Those are cool, but these will be easier to read. I like those dice. I really like those dice. Okay, this is the cards and the decals. I'll set them off to the side just for temporarities. We're not going to go into all this. Bolt action. Okay, one inch bases. Okay. Whoop, I got a couple of them. Now, I love using these bases. These are great bases to use, but actually I prefer using 1 inch fender washers because of their metal and they're heavier and they allow the figure not to fall over. but these would be used in an emergency. Okay, so what are we looking at here? We're looking at one little piece fell off. It looks like a gladius. Okay, that looks like a command sprue because we got a standard, a musician, and we got the guy with this wolf pelt or cat pelt, one or the other. And that's your standard standard Caesarian Roman sprue that you would see in any Roman box set. And you get 4 of them. This is another command sprue, it looks like. And then would they say gladius and slings or pilums? So either way you look at it, you're getting 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I got 16 Romans. Yep. Yep, it says 8 pilum, 8 gladius. Doesn't say anything about slings, even though you do get this. It's the sling sprue. Okay. Okay, let's talk about Celts. This is the standard Celtic sprue that you'd get in any of the box sets. 2 command sprues and 2 regular sprues. Okay, so you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 per sprue. So there's 20 right there. And then there's 20 more, but you're looking at, you get the standard, couple of standards, the musician, a bird, you get some bodies hanging off or heads hanging off of belts. You get the shields. Super duper cool. Okay, so 40 Celts. Okay, now these look like the heroes. Let's open this little pack that was, looks like Vaz or Vass packed all these resin ones. Okay, these are the resin shields. I can feel how flexible that is. That's kind of a, they say it's resin and it's pre-primed, so you don't have to prime it. You can just paint straight onto the resin. Okay. This is giving you enough shields and heads for all your other Celts if you want to give them shields and different heads. Okay, so far so good. Now let's look at these archers. All right, let's take a look at some of the detail on these resin. See what all the hype's about. Okay, we got some good details. Belts, knives, pants, the arrows. Little arm needs to be, that's a little trim work that needs to be done right there. I don't think that's an arm band. Yeah, and like on that arrow, that needs to be trimmed a little bit, but take a look. It's flexible. The whole body might be flexible. Yeah, it is a little bit, but try not to break it, but it's, I don't think it will be I don't think it's breakable. And you get a couple of the same ones apparently. Let's look at some different ones. You can see that some flash needs to be taken off of there. With a belt. Quiver. Oh my gosh, I love the quiver. Folds in the fabric. Dang. You don't normally see that on plastic. Okay. It looks like you get 2 of each mold. So you get 2 of these guys. Oh, with a cloak. The pants tied around the ankles. You get 2 of these guys. He's looking. Sun's in his eyes. Belt buckle. Look at the belt buckle. Kneeling. Mustache. And then a guy getting ready to reload, it looks like. He's got arrows stuck in the ground next to him. A little bit of trim, but very little in it. I'm sure it'll cut real easy. Okay, now we're going to take a look at the 2 heroes. This is the Roman. That's just trim that needs to be cut off his hand. He's not actually got some papers in his hand. Look at that helmet. Kind of looks like an Athenian helmet, doesn't it? Yeah, that's an Athenian helmet. Look at the detail on his... Yeah. Liking it. Oh, slipper sandals. Yeah. You can see his feet. His greaves. Could this guy be a Greek general? I mean... But he's probably Roman. Okay. And then here's the Celt guy. He's like, come get me. T-pose. No. He's got chainmail on. He's got his big center boss shield, which I'm going to have to put a decal on, obviously. He's got his sword. He's ready to rock. Look at the detail on the chainmail. And, oh, I just noticed this. Look at that head. Fucking A. Nice sheath. This is a good model. I could use him for D&D. Okay. Okay, now we're going to take a look at the decals and the cards. Let me go ahead and open up this little packet. The decals are the same decals you normally see in a normal Hail Caesar box. I might just have to cut these out. Standard Celt decals, Celtic shield decals, same ones you'd get in a Celtic box. Same thing with the Roman decals. Omar packed this one. Okay. These are normal playing card size. You know, you're looking at 2.5 by 3.5 inches. Okay, they're kind of tight. Gallic Warriors. Their stats. Their upgrades. You can spend extra points. They come with a large shield and a sword. But if you want to give them 3 javelins, or if you want to give them a chainmail shirts or whatever. And then their stats back here. We'll go into that when I go into the boot camp. Here's the Legionaries. Chainmail shirt, large shield, sword, 24. And then they have certain upgrades. Tribesmen. Bows or slings, and then upgrades. And the last things would be the 2 heroes. You got the Gallic hero. Oh, a lot of different options. His stats. And then the Caesar's infantry hero and his upgrades. They show a bunch of different heroes on here. Okay. All right, and that's the contents of the SPQR box. Believe it or not, I'm impressed with the rules. And I haven't read them yet, so I can't give you specifics. All right, so my initial impression of these rules are favorable, and the reason why, if there's only like 20 pages of rules, I'm down with that. That means the games are going to be fast. There's not going to be a whole lot of BS tied up, and the army lists. That's really the difference in any ancient army, is the way it's composed and how it was conducted and stuff like that. And I'm glad that the majority of this book, 2/3 of it, maybe more than that, maybe 3/4, is taken up with army lists. So I'm kind of happy with that. And let me give you the reason why I'm happy with that. Because in my opinion, and you might have a different opinion than me, but in my opinion, a man from Germany, a man from Gaul, a man from Rome are all going to be men. They're all going to be same. They're all going to be the same. The difference is the training, right? Like how they were trained, what kind of equipment they have, what kind of tactics they use, that kind of stuff. That's really the only thing different. If one person has a horse and another person has a camel, those might be different. But a man is a man is a man. The rules only have to deal with how your equipment interacts with that man. So if you have a sword and the other guy has a shield, how does that work? If a guy has a sword and the other guy doesn't have a shield, how does that work? If a guy has a bow and you have chainmail, how does that work? That's really all the rules have to be. They don't have to be, well, if this guy is from Sparta, he can do this. He's like superhuman and he can do this. And a Roman, he's here and he can do that. And I understand the Spartans in this game. The Spartan hoplites have like 2 wounds, which I disagree with. I'm going to just say it off the top of my head. I disagree with that fact. I think they should have either a better armor save or a better parry ability, or probably parry, a better to-hit ability. Sure, I'm okay with all that. But wounds, they're both human beings. They should have this. They're both well trained. They're both psychologically fit. I mean, Roman legionnaires were legionaries for like 40 years, right? I mean, and the Spartans, sure, they were born into warfare and they grew up and all that stuff. Maybe they should have a high morale. Maybe they should get benefits for their armor. I don't know. But the 2 wounds, I disagree with. All right, guys. I will be going into some SPQR rules, and that boot camp should be short because it seems to be streamlined. And from all the videos that I've seen, I think it's the perfect game for miniature wargaming. And I know that's a bold statement to say. And then, because I love this period too. And then after that, we'll probably either during the boot camp or after the boot camp, we'll go over some army lists and see which ones we think are better and which ones we don't. And you might actually see us play some games on the table as I put my armies together, my war bands. All right, guys, I'll catch you next time.